The mind often revisits conversations long after they have ended. A simple interaction, a message, a meeting, a passing comment. Hours later, it returns. The same words, the same tone. Small details begin to feel significant. Psychology suggests this pattern is not random. It is part of how the mind processes social experiences. The brain is constantly reviewing information to make sense of it. Conversations are complex. They involve language, emotion, and interpretation. Psychologists have found that when something feels unresolved or unclear, the mind continues to process it in the background. This is often linked to a need for closure. If the brain cannot fully understand an interaction, it replays it, searching for meaning. Small uncertainties can trigger repeated thinking, especially when the outcome feels important. Social psychology explains why conversations hold so much weight. Human beings are highly sensitive to social signals. Tone of voice, facial expressions, and subtle reactions all carry meaning. Research shows that people naturally evaluate how they are perceived by others. Replaying a conversation can be the mind's way of analyzing social feedback. There is also the influence of self-awareness. After an interaction, the mind may focus on what was said, what could have been said, and how it may have been received. This is not always about accuracy. It is about interpretation. The brain tries to predict how others might judge or respond. Behavioral psychology adds another layer. Replaying conversations can become a learned habit. When the mind repeatedly returns to past interactions, it reinforces the pattern. Over time, this loop becomes automatic, especially in situations linked to stress or uncertainty. Emotions play a central role. Conversations that trigger embarrassment, doubt, or concern are more likely to be revisited. Psychologists have found that emotionally charged events are stored more strongly in memory. This makes them easier to recall and harder to ignore. At the same time, the brain is trying to protect. By reviewing past interactions, it attempts to prepare for future ones. It looks for patterns. It tries to reduce the chance of negative outcomes. But this process can sometimes go too far, turning reflection into overthinking. Replaying conversations is not simply overanalysis. It is a mix of memory, emotion, and social awareness working together. The mind is trying to understand, predict, and improve future interactions. Understanding this reveals that the pattern is not a flaw. It is a natural response to complex social environments. When the mind replays a conversation, it is often searching for clarity, not perfection. It is trying to make sense of connection and meaning. And with awareness, it becomes easier to notice the pattern without becoming lost in it. Do you find yourself replaying conversations more after uncertain interactions, or even after simple everyday moments? Comment down below. Subscribe to learn more about understanding people better, including yourself.